Hello, infinite void of the internet. Today I'm going to be talking about something a little more serious than the past 2 weeks. Um, and that would be the difference between facts and beliefs. So, this all started, or this whole idea in my head started, when my grandmother, who means well, sent me an email about a week ago. This email was primarily a play on the idea of Mary Had a Little Lamb. So it started out as Mary Had a Little Lamb, and then it quickly diverged into a rant about how the author believed not allowing prayer in schools has directly led to all of the gun violence we've seen over the past couple of years involving schools. So, this is the sort of thing that, quite frankly, pisses me off a little bit because it's like they started to think about something and then they just didn't quite get as far as they should have. And geez, trying to search for the right words to say this, but without trying to piss everyone off. But I think that this sort of argument, as I've said earlier, is derived in the difference between what is a fact and what is a belief. So, why do we not allow prayer in schools, or why do they not say a morning prayer in a school? And if you know anything, it's pretty obvious that not everybody has the same set of beliefs. I think even America is a primarily Christian nation, and there are a lot of Christian sects. Even the differences between, say, a Catholic or a Baptist, or a Catholic or a Mormon, are they're astounding, quite frankly. And so, if you want to say a Christian prayer, just for the sake of argument, at the beginning of the school day every morning, what Christian sect are you going to go with? Even within the scope of the Baptist sect of the Christian faith, a Baptist from northern New Mexico and a Baptist from southern Alabama are going to be astoundingly different. And this isn't even to talk about other faiths which are all intermingled in the schools of America. Muslims, Buddhists, some Taoists, Baha'is, Sheiks. I hope I pronounced that right. Just numerous other faiths. And the reason we don't say a prayer at the beginning of the school every morning is because we can't reconcile the differences between this. And it's not that we don't. If your child gets to school 10 minutes early and he wants to say a prayer to himself, that's absolutely fine. I've never heard of that actually being stopped in any sense or manner. But the school is not going to require or coerce anybody to do anything such as that, except for perhaps the fact that we all, in most schools, say the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of the school day, which, quite frankly, to a lot of other nations is creepy, but that's a topic for another day. So, that put aside, the very basic fact of the fact that America is a majority Christian nation but isn't a Christian nation. We're a republic, not a theocracy. There's the issue of what is a fact and what is a belief. So, if I were going to have to define it, I would say that a fact is something that can be backed up with solid evidence over multiple instances. And a belief is something that you hold to be true, but really can't back up. And I think that goes to the whole concept in a lot of religions of faith. You have faith that your belief is true even though you don't have evidence. So here we come to the fact that I think people are getting these confused. So we don't teach prayer, we don't teach religion in schools because they are beliefs. And schools' functions in society is to teach facts. And I think we've come to the point when people, I mean, it is okay to believe something so strongly that you believe it to be a fact, but you have to acknowledge that other people don't necessarily believe that to be so. And when people start to get these mixed up or crossed, this is when we start to get the argument that if we have children pray every morning in school, such as we do with the Pledge of Allegiance, we're somehow magically going to instill more morals in them, and this is going to stop all of the atrocities that we have been seeing for the past couple of years, really. Even maybe more than a couple. And that's putting aside the fact that if your child is one of these unfortunate souls that decides to pick up a weapon and murder their classmates, I don't think them saying a prayer in the morning every morning was going to help them. I think you should have taken a little more notice as a parent. I think that perhaps the teachers should have taken a little more notice, the classmates, the authorities. I mean, that the blame can be put on multiple people, including the child himself, and sometimes it can be taken away from multiple people. It's a very complex issue, but I think that if you believe your child needs more religion in their life, more belief, that is your job as a parent to give that to them. It is not the government's job or the school as a extension of the government. Because belief is something that is generally taught on a family level, not on a societal level, at least not in America. Whew, that was a little bit of a rant. I hope it made some sort of sense. Until next time, be strange, but don't be a stranger.
If I don't owe you a favor, you don't know me. I don't believe we've ever even met. If there's a God in heaven you can show me, then I guess I should admit I lost the bet.